Starving for minerals. Why your body can't handle stress and how to fix it. I want to show you something. Look at your hands. Notice anything? Probably not. But what if I told you that your hands, your muscles, your nerves, your entire stress response system are literally screaming for minerals you don't have? Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your cortisol system doesn't fail because you're broken. It fails because it's starved, depleted, running on empty. And I'm not talking about calories. I'm talking about the 4 minerals your adrenal glands need to do their job. Minerals most Americans are critically deficient in. I'm Dr. Larry Ward, and today I'm going to show you exactly which minerals your body is missing, and how that deficit is keeping your cortisol dysregulated. Let me explain the mechanism. Your HPA axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, your body's master stress system, depends on mineral cofactors to function. These are not optional, they are non-negotiable. Cortisol synthesis requires vitamin C, pantothenic acid, and multiple B vitamins. But more critically, it requires minerals. Specifically, magnesium, calcium, zinc, and sodium in very precise ratios. When these minerals are depleted, which they are in nearly every chronically stressed person I see, your adrenal glands cannot produce adequate cortisol, or they produce it in dysregulated patterns. You become wired but exhausted, or completely flattened, or inverted, high when you need it low. Here's what most doctors miss. They see the cortisol dysregulation and prescribe medications, but they never ask the obvious question. What if the problem isn't that your body is broken at making cortisol? What if it's that your body doesn't have the raw materials? Mineral number 1, magnesium. Magnesium is the mineral of relaxation. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest system. It directly inhibits cortisol release. It is the rate-limiting cofactor for over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, including the production of ATP, your cellular energy currency. Here's the brutal reality. Chronic stress depletes magnesium faster than almost any mineral. Cortisol causes your kidneys to excrete magnesium. So the more stressed you are, the more magnesium you lose. You become trapped in a feedback loop. Stress depletes magnesium. Magnesium depletion prevents cortisol from downregulating, so stress continues. You're caught in a spiral. Studies show that 70% of Americans are magnesium deficient. And if you're chronically stressed, which is most of my patients, you're probably in the bottom 10%, completely depleted. Mineral number 2, calcium. Calcium is often thought of as a bone mineral, and it is, but calcium is also the mineral of neurotransmission. Your nervous system runs on calcium. It's required for nerve signaling, muscle contraction, and hormone release. Without adequate calcium, your adrenal cells cannot respond appropriately to ACTH signaling from your pituitary. Cortisol production becomes sluggish or dysregulated. What complicates this? Calcium and magnesium work together. They have a critical ratio. When you're magnesium depleted, calcium gets locked outside the cell, causing muscle tension, nervous tension, and anxiety, classic signs of dysregulated cortisol. You're not anxious because you're weak. You're anxious because your cells are calcium locked. Mineral number 3, zinc. Zinc is the mineral of immunity and hormone signaling. Your thyroid requires zinc. Your HPA axis requires zinc. Your adrenal glands have the highest concentration of zinc of any organ system because they need it for cortisol synthesis and to regulate the stress response itself. Chronic stress depletes zinc rapidly. Inflammation increases zinc loss. And when zinc is low, your immune system becomes dysregulated. You develop chronic inflammation, which signals threat to your body, which triggers more cortisol. More zinc is wasted managing inflammation, and the spiral continues. Most Americans get zinc from meat, shellfish, and seeds. But if you're eating processed food, if you're eating conventionally raised meat fed inflammatory grains, you're getting low-quality zinc that your body struggles to absorb. And if you're under chronic stress, your body needs 2 to 3 times the normal amount just to keep up. Mineral number 4, sodium, the controversial one. Now, everyone's been told sodium is bad. Cut sodium. Sodium causes hypertension. But here's what conventional nutrition gets wrong. Your adrenal glands require sodium. Cortisol and aldosterone, the hormone that regulates sodium, work together. Without adequate sodium, your HPA axis dysregulates. Your blood pressure becomes unstable. Your stress response becomes erratic. The problem isn't sodium itself. The problem is processed food sodium combined with depletion of other minerals. If you eat a processed diet high in inflammatory sodium but low in potassium, magnesium, and calcium, your mineral ratios become inverted. Your electrolyte balance collapses. Your nervous system becomes hyperexcitable. When you restore proper mineral balance, adequate potassium, magnesium, calcium, and appropriate sodium from real salt, your HPA axis stabilizes dramatically. Blood pressure normalizes. Cortisol rhythms restore. Your stress response becomes responsive again. You're not deficient in minerals because you're weak or because you have bad genetics. You're deficient because of 3 systemic factors. Factor number 1, depleted soil. Modern agricultural practices strip soil of minerals. Conventional farming grows the same crop year after year in the same field. Monoculture agriculture depletes magnesium, calcium, zinc, and trace minerals from the soil. A carrot grown in depleted soil has a fraction of the minerals of a carrot grown in mineral-rich soil. You can eat salads every day and still be deficient because the vegetables are nutrient poor. Factor number 2, chronic stress loss. Cortisol is catabolic. It breaks things down. During chronic stress, your body is in a constant breakdown state. Minerals are lost through urine, sweat, and cellular turnover. Magnesium loss accelerates under stress. Zinc is wasted managing chronic inflammation. Calcium is mobilized from bones to buffer stress-induced acidosis. You are literally hemorrhaging minerals while you're stressed. Factor number 3, poor digestion. Stress suppresses stomach acid production. Low stomach acid means poor mineral absorption. Processed foods suppress healthy gut bacteria, the bacteria that help you absorb minerals from food. Chronic inflammation damages your intestinal lining, creating leaky gut. And a leaky gut means even the minerals you eat don't get absorbed. You can take all the supplements in the world and still be deficient if your digestive system is compromised. So here's the good news. Once you understand this mechanism, the fix becomes obvious. You need to restore mineral balance. And you need to do it from 2 angles: food and targeted supplementation. Angle number 1, mineral-rich foods. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, collards, are magnesium powerhouses. Pumpkin seeds are mineral-dense. Bone broth contains bioavailable calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals in a form your body can actually absorb. Oysters and shellfish are zinc-dense. Sea vegetables like kelp contain minerals in forms humans evolved eating. Dark chocolate is magnesium-rich. But here's the critical point. If your digestion is compromised by stress and inflammation, you cannot absorb minerals from food alone. You will absorb maybe 20 to 30% of the minerals you eat. The other 70% passes through unabsorbed. Angle number 2, targeted mineral supplementation. This is where strategic supplementation becomes non-negotiable. If you are chronically stressed, your gut is damaged, your soil is depleted, and your mineral loss is accelerated, you need direct mineral support. Magnesium glycinate is the form I recommend most. It's absorbed well, it doesn't cause digestive upset, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier to calm your nervous system directly. Most people benefit from 300 to 500 milligrams daily, split into 2 doses. Calcium citrate is well absorbed and should be taken with magnesium in a 2-to-1 ratio, twice as much magnesium as calcium. This ratio restores cellular calcium-magnesium balance. Zinc picolinate is highly absorbable. Most people need 15 to 30 milligrams daily, but don't exceed 40 milligrams without medical supervision because too much zinc interferes with copper absorption. And real salt, sea salt or Himalayan salt, provides sodium and trace minerals in the right matrix. Add a pinch to your water, or just don't restrict it as aggressively as nutritionists tell you to. I've seen this shift in hundreds of patients. When you restore mineral balance, the changes are remarkable, often within 2 to 3 weeks. Anxiety drops. The constant jittery feeling, that's calcium-magnesium imbalance, resolves. People say they feel calm without being sedated, like their nervous system finally has brakes. Sleep improves. Magnesium activates sleep systems directly. You fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, wake fewer times. And the sleep restores you, which is the whole point. Muscle tension releases. That constant neck and shoulder tightness, often mineral-related, unwinds. You feel physically lighter. Cortisol rhythms stabilize. Afternoon crashes disappear. Midnight wakening stops. Your cortisol begins to follow the rhythm it was designed for. High in the morning for energy and alertness, declining through the day, at its lowest point at midnight for deep sleep. Blood pressure normalizes. Energy stabilizes. Brain fog lifts. Digestive issues improve because your nervous system is no longer in crisis mode suppressing digestion. I want to be clear about something. If you've been told your stress is psychological, that you need to meditate more or just handle pressure better, that's partially true. Mindset matters. But it's not the whole truth. Your cortisol system is a biological system. It runs on raw materials. If those raw materials are missing, no amount of meditation is going to fix it. You can't think your way out of a mineral deficiency. But here's what I've learned. Most people are just one mineral profile away from feeling dramatically better. You are not broken. You are just malnourished. And malnutrition is fixable. Start with magnesium. If I had to pick one mineral to recommend above all others, it's magnesium. Just that single shift, restoring magnesium, will change how you experience stress. You'll feel the difference within days. Then add calcium, then zinc, then work on real salt and mineral-rich foods. Build the foundation your adrenal glands need to function. Your great-grandfather never had to think about mineral supplementation because his food came from mineral-rich soil. His work kept him exposed to sunlight and salt spray, and his lifestyle was less designed to deplete him. You live in a different world. But that doesn't mean you can't have the same result. You just need to be intentional, strategic. You need to restore what the modern world has stripped away. I'm Dr. Larry Ward. Your body isn't broken, it's just starving. Feed it the minerals it needs and watch what happens.